Hey everybody, it's Angie from Trips with Angie, and here I am on the final morning of my Norwegian Prima cruise. Right before I disembark, I wanted to share with you my review of this experience. So we're going to use the same scale I always use, a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being terrible, 10 being perfection, and go through each of the main categories. So first off is the cabin. We booked a spa balcony cabin, cabin 16120, and I give it a 9. It's absolutely wonderful. You have plenty of space, you have a large bathroom, a small sofa, you have the bed area, and one of the larger balconies we've had on a Norwegian ship. And I really like the upgraded chairs they put out here. They recline a little bit, you have plenty of space to move around. On other Norwegian balconies, we've had to like step out, move the chair, walk around, move the chair again. But not the case on this one. The shower had ample space. Now, I did give it a 1-point deduction because there's this very weird closet situation. So you have this open closet with a bar, but they don't give you very many hangers that move. All the hangers in the closet have these round things attaching them to the rods, so you can't actually use the second shelf. And we really needed that second shelf. We were saying if we only had one more drawer or one more shelf. So that is a 1-point deduction. Next is overall ship condition. I'm going to give this an 8.5. This is a bit surprising given it's a brand new ship. We're sailing within the first 6-8 months, but there's a lot of weird things about this ship. First of all, the location of the funnel is a major problem. I'll talk more about this in my vibe review coming up, but it spews soot all over the back of the ship. So we're talking the gorgeous outdoor areas of the Vibe, the Haven Sun Deck, and the Deck 8 Ocean Boulevard get covered in this like black, tarry, sooty substance. So the ship already looks dirty. Areas are starting to rust. The layout is a little bit odd. For instance, the only way to get through the buffet is through the buffet. It's only on one side. And if you want to like come around the other side, you're walking through a specialty restaurant. Things are kind of choppy. Most of the lounges are indoors. So I'm going to give it an 8.5 overall. Casual dining, I'm going to give it an 8. So I absolutely love what they did with the Indulge food hall, and I'll talk more about that in my upcoming dining review. I love it. I think it's genius. It's wonderful. All the food we had there was fantastic, but there just isn't enough places for casual dining. The buffet is very small. Now, everything on the buffet was very tasty. So this whole idea that they're working with to start curating menus, so smaller menus, but higher quality ingredients, higher quality product is working, but the buffet gets so crowded. And they made this terrible idea to put the grill all the way at the back of the buffet. So as far from the pool deck as you can possibly be. No more just hopping up in your bathing suit to grab a hot dog. You have to get dressed, walk through the whole buffet to access the grill. So not the best options, but the food was very good. I just don't think they planned very well for the number of guests who are going to be eating at any given time. Sit down dining, I'm going to give this a 9.5. We were tremendously impressed with the included sit down dining restaurants, Hudson and Commodore. The 0.5 deduction is for a very overcooked piece of mahi-mahi in the Commodore room, and the waiter just didn't have a chance to get back to us in time to check for us to order something else. But the overall, we were so impressed with the dining options in Hudson's. I had the best tomato soup I've ever had there. They have a curated menu. So what that means is it's going to be the same menu every night in both dining rooms, but you have lots of different options, lots of choice. I think they've done a great job here. So 9.5. Specialty dining, 9.5. So a lot of people get to enjoy the specialty dining restaurants on Norwegian because of the free at sea promotion. So when you book under the free at sea promotion, a specialty dining package is included. So on a 7-night sailing, that includes 2 dinners at specialty restaurants. We picked Palomar and Anda. Palomar is the seafood restaurant. Fantastic experience, great service, great ambiance, great food. Same with Anda. Fantastic experience. We also tried La Bistro, which was wonderful, and Los Lobos. I had a little issue with a terrible steak taco at Los Lobos, so that's why there's a 0.5 deduction, but overall, we really enjoyed all the specialty dining here on board the Prima. Entertainment, 6.5. This hurts my heart because one thing I love about Norwegian is their shows. They invest in full-length Broadway productions, and Summer, the Donner musical, was incredible. The singing, we had Kimberly Locke, formerly on American Idol, was fantastic. The Price is Right game show was so much fun. You really felt like you were in the audience of The Price is Right. But then things started to go off the rails. I think Norwegian just isn't investing as much into their entertainment program anymore. They're starting to ease back on that. It was very hard to access live music on this ship. So there was 2 places you could find it. Sid Norman's, which had an incredible band, but had a tiny venue. I mean, look at this venue. It's so small. You'd have to line up at least an hour before the show if you wanted to even have a chance at having a seat. Otherwise, it was packed in, standing room only, which gives it that cool club vibe they're looking for. We more like the vibe of just sitting around, chilling, having a cocktail, listening to a great band. Now, they did have live music every evening in the atrium, but again, a very small area. Where they put the band, the acoustics are terrible for the upper deck. So on other Norwegian ships, it was no big deal to have the band play in the atrium because you could still hear it and have plenty of seatings on decks 7 and 8. But here on the Prima, that's just not how it goes. The band is tucked into a corner, so the sound is muffled. It feels like it's coming through an old speaker, and there just aren't a lot of spaces to sit and enjoy the music. So 6.5. We just didn't enjoy it. For service, I'm going to give it a 9. The crew is incredible. One of the biggest perks of sailing a ship in its inaugural season is the crew. They pick the best crew from across all the ships and bring them here in one place. So we got to see our favorite bartenders, Lovely and Cowboy, the Marianne in the Vibe, Curly in the Vibe. Everyone was absolutely incredible, doing their best to do anything to make your stay great. We had a little issue with guest services, so I detected a point. We had a couple issues where I don't think the problem resolution process was very engaging or guest forward. So that's a 1 point deduction, but overall service, fantastic. Value, 9. I think the free at sea promotion is terrific. You get your unlimited beverage package, 150 minutes of internet, specialty dining, $50 off a shore excursion, and the level of food quality we had on the sailing was fantastic. So I really think we got the value for the money that we paid to come on this sailing. So overall, that leaves us with an 8.75. We had a wonderful week. We did miss live music. We did miss sort of having that entertainment, but the fun bartenders at the Metropolitan Bar made up for that time and time again. So let me know, have you sailed the Prima? I want to hear about your experiences. And if you're really interested in the Prima, I have more videos coming. So there's going to be a dining review as well as a review of the Vibe.